5:15, legendary college basketball coach Bobby Knight is being remembered as one of a kind. He passed away yesterday at his Indiana home.
As ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, Knight became a household name while coaching the Indiana Hoosiers, winning championships and stirring up plenty of controversy.
There was a collective gasp in the arena at Indiana University last night as word spread that Bobby Knight had died.
The iconic coach, arguably the greatest in the history of the sport.
Knight became the youngest coach at a Division I school back in 1965 at Army. He was 24, but he'd make his mark at Indiana for 29 seasons, winning 3 national titles. News conferences were often front-page news.
I've never used the expression game face, so I've no idea what it means or what you're supposed to do.
His most infamous incident, 1985, throwing a chair across the court. Knight was forced out of Indiana in 2000, accused of violating a zero-tolerance policy, grabbing a student's arm. Knight went on to Texas Tech before retiring, clearly not caring much about his critics.
When my time on earth is gone and my activities here are past, I want they bury me upside down and my critics can kiss my
Knight was hospitalized with an illness back in April and was in poor health. He was 83. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
5:16, 44 degrees.
Apple is reportedly planning new health-related features for the Apple Watch. We're going to show you how they work just ahead.
And checking trends, guys, Stephen is back today, and he's waving at me. Hi, Stephen. We're going to talk to him coming up after the break.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people like Sam who make
everyday products designed smarter.
Like a smart coffee grinder that orders fresh beans for you.
Oh, genius. For more breakthroughs like that,
I need a breakthrough card.
Like ours, with 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more.
Plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases.
And with greater spending potential, Sam can keep making smart ideas
a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
To 50 years with my best friend.
A balloon hits a drink, which spills in slow motion towards the cake.
Quick! The Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge and is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
New Nature's Bounty Hair Growth. Help grow thicker, fuller hair with just 1 capsule a day of Advanced Hair Complex. Conquer hair thinning.
And fall in love with your hair all over again.
Only from Nature's Bounty.
Traffic and weather are coming up, but first at 5:20, Apple is reportedly planning to add new health features to the Apple Watch. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple Watch is finding new ways to help people track their health. The Apple Watch, coming out next year, will reportedly detect when a user's blood pressure is too high. Bloomberg says it's also expected to detect sleep apnea, and Apple is working on a paid health coaching service. Next, something new for LinkedIn's premium subscribers. A built-in job coach uses artificial intelligence and other data to help users find, research, and apply for new positions. For now, the feature is only launching to a limited set of LinkedIn premium users before going wider. Finally, a new plan by Netflix to reward people who binge watch. People who signed up for the ad-supported plan are getting a break. The new policy says if you binge 3 episodes in a row, you get the next one ad-free. So happy binging. Does this mean if you binge watch The Crown, does that make this a royalty? Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Okay.
And we're like, okay.
5:21. Stephen, hello.
Hey, good to see you guys again. You know, it's been so long that I noticed you guys have a little bit of scruff going on.
We do.
Yes.
Talking to the guys here. Yeah, you guys are looking good. No Shave November in full swing.
It is.
I shaved last week, and this is as good as we're going to get for right now.
Okay.
But yeah, hey, you know what? It's all good. It's all clear on the face, and it's all clear on the roads.
Oh, good.
Let's get a look around town, guys. Thankfully, things are pretty quiet as we take a look outside. No big issues to report just yet, but I'm going to keep a close eye on things, as always, throughout the morning. Your morning drive shouldn't be too bad if you have to head out this early, but looky there. It looks like we have a crash that may have popped up off of 410 in Leon Valley. I'll take a closer look and find out how that could impact your drive time. But for now, plan your commute ahead of time. We have had paving work take place along I-10 over on the east side of Bexar County. This has been going on for since October 30th on Monday, but we're going to see this wrap up tomorrow night. 8 in the evening as 6 in the morning is when we will see that single eastbound main lane closure. That's from Graytown Road to File Road. I updated the the list of closures on our website, so you could scan this QR code if you have your phones nearby, and that takes you to our traffic page. Full list of closures is listed right there, again, at ksat.com/traffic. Mike, few days off, made some chili, enjoy the cool weather. It was really nice, and I'm sorry I didn't bring some to you guys this morning. Coming back a little heavier on my side.
Just a tease, you know? Talking about the great chili and all that. Beans or no beans in your chili?
Beans.
Interesting. Okay. All right, month of November, we start off with a normal high temperature of 77, low 55. That was yesterday. Today, as a matter of fact, we're already down to 76 and 54 for the average high and low. And by the end of the month, we're going to be down to 68 and 45 for the average high and low. So each week we lose about roughly 2.5 degrees on each end of the scale. So now these are the average temperatures, the normal temperatures. Doesn't necessarily mean that's where we're going to be. Yesterday, of course, we were well below normal, well below average, and that's the way we're starting off this morning. We are starting off, you really can't see it too well in this picture, but got some clouds out there. We are at 45 as of right now, close to freezing in Comfort at 34 degrees. And again, we'll still drop down a couple of more notches, but there are those few clouds still hanging around here. We have plenty of dry air in place. That's going to remain the case throughout the day today, so it's going to be another fantastic day. 1 or 2 extra clouds hanging around here. But notice how these numbers start to creep up a little bit, the dew points, the measure of moisture in the atmosphere. And by late tomorrow, we'll start to see the 50s kind of come back on in here. Still comfortable, but this will be the trend going into the weekend with those dew points that will continue to go up. And by next week, yeah, it's just going to be kind of plain old humid around here. Some clouds hanging around this morning. We dropped down a couple of more degrees here in town, then warm up nicely, already up to 60 at noon. Now, yesterday, we did get up to the low 60s, and today we're going to be up into the mid and upper 60s, up to 67 degrees with just a couple of clouds kind of hanging around here. All right, here's what the satellite picture looks like, and you can see as this loops on through this little darker shade right in here, so just kind of some low, maybe mid-level clouds hanging around. Not much in portions of the hill country. Again, there'll be 1 or 2 of them still hanging around here later on this afternoon. Around the country, yeah, we got that system coming in there off in the Pacific Northwest, but otherwise, there's just not really anything going on around the country. And if you can see some of these clouds, how they are moving just about straight west to east, which means it's kind of a zonal pattern that we call it. And that means you don't really get anything as far as any big changes around here, except for the fact that we are going to see warmer temperatures. So today, 67. Then tomorrow, these numbers are closer to the normal high and normal low. Then we get into the weekend. We start off in the upper 50s, get up to 80 on Saturday. A couple of extra clouds hanging around here. I think we'll have even more clouds on Sunday. Again, don't forget to set your clocks back 1 hour before you go to bed Saturday. Up into the low 80s on Sunday, so we'll be anywhere 5-6 degrees above normal, and then we're going to be making it up into the mid 80s by next week. Yeah, look at that. More humidity. More after this.
Now that Halloween has come and gone, chances are you've got piles of candy you may not eat. So what can you do with it? Right now on our website, we've got 5 alternatives to just throwing it out. Look for the article on KSAT.com.
You can always bring it to work.
I know, I've seen tons of candy around here, and it's hard to resist that pile when they're strategically located.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a little pick-me-up, a little snack during the work day, right?
Nothing wrong with being sugared up, right, Stephen? Okay, 528, 45 degrees.
And just ahead, how the Biden administration is reacting to pushback for its support of Israel, as well as a rise in anti-Semitism in the U.S.
Tired of the traditional Thanksgiving meal? How about a Thanksgiving pizza? Yeah. Just ahead, how DiGiorno is delivering you new, unique taste for your holiday meal.
Nice. And you may have heard of cyberbullying, but what about chroming? Ahead at 6, what it is and how you can protect your child from this dangerous online challenge.
Making headlines this morning, the war between Israel and Hamas has played a factor in the rise of anti-Semitism in the U.S.
We are focusing our efforts on confronting and disrupting illegal threats wherever they arise.
Up next, why the Biden White House is getting some pushback for its support of Israel.
And good morning. Looking out there with live cam, we're starting cold again, 45 degrees. And if you liked yesterday's weather, we have good news, but we'll talk about that coming up.
Back to late breaking news here on GMSA. 2 men in the hospital after an overnight crash will have big problems waiting for them when they get out.
They're going to face charges for trying to run from police in Castle Hills. Our Katrina Weber is live where it ended on Jackson Keller Road near San Pedro Avenue. Katrina, how serious were their injuries?
The police described both as having critical injuries, one with a head injury, the other with a leg injury. Both of those men found in a pool of blood in this parking lot right here. Now, as you'll notice from just about a half hour ago, this area looks quite different. Most of the police who were here investigating this crash have left, just a few here, along with CPS Energy, trying to undo some of the damage that was done in that crash. It went right through a utility pole here and landed in that parking lot full of cars back behind there. Now, let me give you a look at the video so you can see exactly how this scene unfolded. Now, this started about 2 o'clock or so in Castle Hills, in the city limits there, where police there told us that they noticed a driver driving pretty erratically in the area near 410 and Jackson Keller. They tried to stop that car, but they say the driver kept going, traveling at speeds of about 80 miles per hour on the city streets. Police had to call off the chase because of the high speeds, and they say a few minutes later, that's when they found out about this crash here in the San Antonio city limits. This car went right through a utility pole, as I said, landed in a parking lot that belongs to an auto repair shop, rolling over and hitting about 5 or 6 cars in the parking lot before becoming wedged between one of those cars and a chain link fence. Now, in this parking lot right now, we have a tow truck driver who is playing what looks like a game, sort of a puzzle, trying to get to the car that rolled over. It looks like that driver has to move some of those parked cars out of the way before he can get to the one that rolled over, where those men, again, were running from police. Once again, they were both rushed to a hospital and are in critical condition, according to officers here at the scene. They're still investigating why they ran in the first place. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. It is November 2nd.
Yeah, and the weather's still very nice.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. So we're about 10 degrees below normal right now. We're going to be 10 below normal later on this afternoon. No complaints anywhere. One rather significant difference between this morning and yesterday, and you can sort of see it right there. We do have some of these mid-level clouds kind of hanging around here. That's going to act like a bit of a blanket. So temperature right now stands at 45 degrees. We may fluctuate a degree or two. We've been going back and forth between 44, 45 over the past couple of hours. And despite the fact we do have very dry air and no wind out there, when you have that little bit of cloud cover, that's kind of the third piece in the puzzle to get really good radiational cooling. So again, we're not going to be dropping down that much more from where we are right now. And already pretty darn cold in the hill country. As a matter of fact, comfort went up 1 degree just in the past about 15, 20 minutes or so. 36 there at Bernie's Stage, 41 in New Braunfels right now. And we do have just low amounts of mold. That was the only allergen showing up yesterday. And this morning, a couple of clouds out there. And yes, definitely on the chilly side. Grab a jacket. You won't need it by this afternoon. Up through about noontime, still a pretty good idea. When you get those shadows, a little bit on the cool side, but yeah, just another fantastic fall day. And tomorrow, a couple of more clouds around here. About normal temperatures. So we're going to be looking at mid-50s starting off and mid-70s to finish up within a few degrees of the normal temperatures. That's it then, because it's going to get hotter. We're going to be up in the 80s by the weekend, roughly 5-6 degrees above normal, but it gets even hotter going into next week. And then to put the icing on the cake with that, increasing humidity next week as well. Any more big fronts down the road? Any more rain chances? All those details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, what's going on, Stephen?
Hey, good morning, Mike. Thankfully, things are pretty quiet there along 90 at General McMullen. We have our TransGuide cameras still on rotation as we can show you what is taking place out on the roadways. You're not really seeing a whole lot there along 151, and as we take a look at 1604 at Marbach, still pretty quiet. We typically don't see a lot of activity out there this early in the morning, but we'll see things ramp up as we get closer that is, to morning rush. Behind me, pretty quiet. Nothing to talk about here, so if you're heading into San Antonio, things are going to be pretty pleasant from Pleasanton along I-37 northbound. We have a 28-minute commute for you at this hour. 28 along US 90 eastbound if you are heading in from Castroville, and the arrival from Lytle along I-35 northbound should be about 16 minutes. So again, things quiet, that's great, but we still have plenty of road work taking place. I'll tell you where and what to expect coming up a little bit later on. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. As the war between Israel and Hamas escalates, so are anti-Semitic tensions.
Acts of hatred toward Jews found on social media posts and vandalism have intensified to, quote, historic levels, according to FBI Director Christopher Wray. As CNN's John Lawrence reports, this has Jewish communities in the U.S. and elsewhere rattled and concerned about the future.
Cornell University cancels its classes for Friday following the arrest of 21-year-old junior Patrick Day. He's accused of allegedly posting online messages that included calling for the death of Jewish people and threatening to shoot up a kosher dining hall on campus.
I mean, I've seen general anti-Semitic sentiment and things like that, but to have not only a direct threat, but a direct threat to a building that I personally go to and eat at and see friends at, like, that was really scary.
The Anti-Defamation League says anti-Semitic threats increased close to 400% shortly after October 7th, when a Hamas attack on Israel resulted in 1,400 deaths, most of whom were civilians.
We are focusing our efforts on confronting and disrupting illegal threats wherever they arise.
While the Carter Center issued a statement calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, including a 2002 line from the namesake former president that said, quote, "We will not learn to live together in peace by killing each other's children." The Biden White House is drawing some pushback for its support of Israel as the death toll in Gaza has passed 8,700, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health.
Our message is very clear. No ceasefire, no vote in 2024.
Mr. Biden has pursued a policy of death.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
A Republican-led resolution to expel Representative George Santos failed in the House last night. The push to try to oust Santos came from fellow GOP lawmakers. They argue his past lies and embellishments about his personal history and his various legal entanglements make him unfit for office. Santos hasn't been convicted, but is charged with 23 counts as prosecutors say he stole people's identities and lied to federal election officials. Santos maintains his innocence.
Former President Donald Trump is asking a federal judge to pause his D.C. criminal case as it moves towards a March trial. The request comes as the court considers Trump's bid to dismiss the federal charges related to the 2020 election. He says he is immune from prosecution for anything he did while president. This request could lead to appeals as Trump's defense team attempts to hold off his 2 federal criminal trials until after the 2024 November election.
Disney says it plans to acquire Comcast's 33% share of Hulu. The expected $8.6 billion deal will make the House of Mouse the sole owner of the streaming giant. That means Disney will own Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. CEO Bob Iger has also said his company might sell its ABC television division and seek a strategic partner for ESPN. Comcast has spent the past several years shifting its program to its own streaming service, Peacock.
The time now is 5:40 and 45 degrees for now.
Up next on GMSA, why Toyota is recalling nearly 2 million vehicles and which models are affected.
And it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno, Thanksgiving style. All right, up next, how you can get your own Thanksgiving pizza that might very well take the place of your traditional turkey dinner.
All right, my girlfriend sent me that story the other day. I thought it was a joke.
No.
But now it's news.
It looks kind of good.
Okay, 5:40, 45 degrees outside with live cam. And yeah, another chilly start to the day. We're going to check on temperatures with Mike Ostrage coming up. And as we go to break, more sights and sounds of the Texas Rangers winning their first World Series last night.
Welcome back. It's 5:44. In your morning consumer headlines, Toyota is recalling nearly 2 million RAV4 compact SUVs. The automaker says 1.8 million vehicles from model years 2013 through 2018 may carry a fire risk caused by replacement batteries. Some of the batteries have incorrect dimensions, which could cause them to shake loose and start a fire if the vehicle makes a sharp turn. Toyota said it is working to remedy the issue at no cost to owners.
Move over, Turkey. How about a Thanksgiving pizza? DiGiorno says its Thanksgiving pizza is perfect for people who don't feel like cooking for the holiday. Toppings include the obligatory turkey, but also sweet potatoes, green beans, cranberries, and crispy onions. The pie even has gravy. Now, you could, I'm going to use past tense here, you could only get it on DiGiorno's website because it's already sold out. The
What?
company promises it will release more for pre-order every Wednesday at 11 a.m. until Thanksgiving. And that, people, is what we call free advertising.
Yeah. But it looks interesting.
What, Mike? You look perplexed by the ingredients?
Well, isn't that kind of a what you do for leftovers?
You can.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean,
but you make your
kind of
own.
put all
You
that
make
in a
your
sandwich
own.
and everything.
Yeah.
And
You want to
it
make an Osterhage version and bring it in?
We're all about that. Yeah.
You don't need to get a shot over here.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, it's adorable. You sitting there, scrunching your face, wondering about this pizza. 5:45, 45 degrees.
San Antonio Humane Society is next with a precious little pet that needs a new home.
Well, Kim is here from the San Antonio Humane Society, and this little baby who
I know.
Almost perfect sized dog.
It really
Not
is.
too small, too big.
Right. Can just kind of sit right now in my arms. Oh, just wants to cuddle, and definitely a little curious this morning.
And got perfect little short coat and that kind of black muzzle there.
Has that beautiful puppy. I love the puppy breath.
Oh, yes. So you got to shop early because the puppy breath.
The puppy breath goes.
Yes, or as Fiona likes to say, the new car smell doesn't
Right,
last
exactly.
forever. So, but with puppies comes a lot of, we're over here, comes a lot of chewing, and so you need lots of chew toys.
Lots of chew toys, lots of things to keep them busy for sure, which we have. But we also have a really neat promotion coming up next week, or actually this weekend on the 28th and 29th. So all of our cat and kitten, Sosie and Sasha's spooktacular event, all of our cat and kitten adoption fees have been waived.
Oh, wow.
So thank you to Sosie and Sasha.
Okay, well, if you'd like more information about that, or little Snowana, just head on over to the San Antonio Humane Society, 4804 Fredericksburg Road, 226-7461, sahumane.org. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
All right, things aren't too bad out there. We're getting busier now that we're inching closer to 6 a.m. It's always expected, but as we take a look outside, traffic is coming right at your screen there at 35 at Space Center. And a lot of these shots, you're going to see the roads get a little bit more crowded, but nothing to report here just yet. Still pretty green on the screen. But don't forget, we still have a lot of road work taking place. Concrete work could slow you down a little bit later this morning along US 90 over on the west side of San Antonio. Remember, this starts at 9 this morning and hopefully will wrap around 3 in the afternoon. But we still have to get through today and tomorrow before it fully wraps up. We'll see a single eastbound main lane closure from West Military Drive to General McMullen. And again, I have updated the list of closures on our website, ksat.com/traffic. And just a shameless plug here, ksat.com/no-shave. We need to get those donations rolling in. Our goal, I believe, is $20,000 again this year. And I was looking at Mike and Mark, and I got a little bit envious. I had to do like a little makeshift mustache here. You see that?
I love that.
So Team Whiskers, we always talk about Team Gray hair over here. I guess I'm just
still so they can.
Oh yeah, can you take a look at that?
Yeah.
If not, I'll post it on my.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. We're doing this on the air. I got a little jealous over here.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking yesterday, I believe, because last year our goal was 20,000. We ended up getting about 30
Yeah, over
plus.
30,000. Yeah.
So thank you all very much. That'd be great to do that again this year.
And good luck to you, Sharpie Cavazo.
Sharpie.
All right, we'll make it happen some way.
We do have a few clouds hanging around here this morning. That's kind of the big difference between this morning and yesterday. And so that's acting like a bit of a blanket. And that's going to really prevent us from getting any cooler than what we are right now, even though it's still pretty chilly out there. 35 comfort, 36 at Bernie Stage Comfort. You've actually gone up 1 degree just in about the past half hour or so. We've been hovering right around 44, 45. Again, cloud cover, even though it's not a real thick cloud cover, acts like that blanket, enough of a blanket to hold these temperatures kind of steady, despite the fact that we have some very dry air out there and no wind. We don't have that perfect third ingredient, or that third ingredient for perfect radiational cooling, I should say. So we'll stay steady the next couple of hours. More sunshine later on today. Another just fantastic day. I mean, just splitting hairs. Yeah, a couple of extra clouds. That's going to be about it. 60 at noon, and then we are going to top off at 67. So we will be anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below normal around here, which is going to be fantastic. Enjoy it, because that's not going to last forever. Here's what it looks like in water vapor imagery upstairs in the atmosphere. Of course, yesterday with all the darker shade of gray, and that kind of almost tannish color. That's why we have the beautiful blue skies. There is a little bit of extra moisture, especially down there to the south, and this is what's helping with some of these clouds hanging around here. So again, maybe 1 or 2 clouds this afternoon, perhaps a little bit of a milky shade to the sky, but otherwise, I mean, that no complaints with this afternoon's weather. It's going to be just fantastic. Same thing tomorrow as well as Saturday. Now, the dew points measure moisture. That's going to start to kind of creep up here a little bit. Still comfortable tomorrow, most of the day on Saturday, but then as we go on into the first part of next week, we're going to see these numbers getting up into the mid 60s. So you will definitely feel it. That's going to do a couple of things. It's going to hold the low temperatures up in the mid and even upper 60s going into next week, and high temperatures are going to be off the charts. Well, not quite off the charts, but it's going to be pretty hot next week. And then also that's going to, well, we'll feel the humidity out there. So these mid 80s are definitely going to be feeling warmer than that. Next couple of days, very nice, about normal. Tomorrow, we're going to be in the upper 70s on Saturday. Some new information just came out, new model run. So knock temperatures down just a couple of degrees on Saturday, and then 80 Sunday. And we fall back before you go to bed Saturday night. And well, let's just forget about next week for right now, because it's going to be hot and it's going to be on the humid side. We'll be back after this.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we are talking about the record cold temperatures from Midwest to Deep South. A few of those falling again this morning, but there is a warm up on the way. In the midst of all that snow, though, that was coming over the lee of the lakes, we had a fatal accident on Interstate 80, shut it down for 10 hours. So we'll get into what's happening now and again when that warm up comes in. Also, we're following the latest developments from the Middle East. Some people, including Americans, finally able to leave Gaza as Israeli troops push further into the region. And you'll see those stories and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
KSAT and our community partners want to remind you to roll up your sleeves and get your flu shot. There's one more chance for you to get a free vaccine courtesy of Bexar County and University Health. It's this Saturday, November 4th from 8 a.m. to noon. If you want to register, head to ksatcommunity.com. Well, coming up in our next hour of GMSA, Rangers fans celebrating the team's first World Series title. We've got reaction from players during last night's celebrations. Plus, it's only the start of November, but a group in San Antonio spent the hot summer months getting ready for winter. We'll take you inside the warehouse where Christmas never ends. And checking TransGuide right now, looking at 35 in Judson and 151 at 410, 1604 at Braun Road. Your Thursday morning commute is underway, and we'll be back.
President Biden signaling support for a pause of the Israel-Hamas conflict to allow hostages to be released from Gaza. I'm ABC's Justin Finch with what prompted those remarks as more Americans wait to flee Gaza.
Back here at home, San Antonio police had their hands full after a wild night on the roads. What we've been able to learn about a deadly hit and run on the city's north side.
And let's look out there with a live cam. Good news for those of you who like the cold weather. We're starting off at 45 degrees, and later on it's looking like a nice day.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. Rise and shine at 6 o'clock on your Thursday, November 2nd.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good week so far. It's been a nice weather week, especially in the afternoons.
It has. It's nice to have the GMSA family back together. We'll talk to Stephen in just a second. And there's Mike Osterhage.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on, Whiskers?
No Shave November, of course. We would love if you could, don't you?
No, not bad.
It's okay, so it hasn't started itching yet. Anyway, it is chilly out there again this morning. It is going to be another fantastic afternoon. Tomorrow's going to be pretty nice as well. Enjoy the next couple of days because it's not going to stick around forever. We're going to see some fairly significant changes coming in here by late in the weekend. More on that in a moment. First of all, let me go back to this picture, and you can maybe see in this view some of the clouds that are hanging around here. This is what it looks like on the satellite picture. As this loops on through, you can see this just barely visible darker shade right here. That's just some of these low mid-level clouds that have moved on in. So what that's doing is acting like a bit of a blanket. So with temperatures now 30s, 40s, we've actually been holding steady or even going up a couple of notches. We actually went up again here in town to 46, 42 Helotes, 36 in Comfort. You were down to 34 earlier this morning. So again, this kind of holds what little heat there is in. Still jacket weather out there. We do have mold on the low side, and throughout the rest of today, we are going to see temperatures, again, pretty steady out there, fluctuating a degree or two, but not dropping down significantly from where they are right now. And then we make it up through the 50s later on this morning. More sunshine around here, and 60 at noon. Then we're going to top off at 67. We hit 63 yesterday. Normal high temperatures, mid 70s. So we're going to be on average 5-10 degrees below normal. And no complaints. Closer to normal readings tomorrow. And then, yeah, we got a big warm up and humidity coming back into the picture. We'll tell you when that occurs coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, anything big going on out there, sir?
You know, Mike, I'm taking a look outside right here on our KSAT website, actually. It does look like a crash may have popped up off of Loop 1604, close to the southwest side. I'll take a closer look and talk to our friends at TransGuide to see if we have an image out there. But right now, a lot of these images on TransGuide are showing a pretty smooth commute for a lot of folks that are waking up this early in the morning and have to head out the door and out on the roads. But let's get a look at the map. Map not showing a whole lot out there, but we're going to see it get a little bit more red minute by minute as we get closer to morning rush. No need to rush if you're heading into San Antonio. Quick look at these travel times. The journey from Bernie along I-10 eastbound should still be about 22 minutes at this hour. Right now, 281 southbound. If you are heading in from Bulverde, it's a 25-minute commute. And it's 25 minutes as well for I-35 southbound if you are heading in from New Braunfels. But again, I'm going to talk to our friends at TransGuide about that crash that popped up off of Loop 1604. But again, the TransGuide cameras just showing traffic picking up a little bit. But we'll take a closer look and I'll have more updates for you throughout the morning. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. This morning, 2 men are in a lot of trouble and probably in a lot of pain after leading police on a chase overnight, then crashing.
Katrina Weber is live on Jackson Keller Road near San Pedro Avenue at the scene of the crash. And Katrina, how much damage was done there?
Well, quite a lot, Stephanie. We have, first of all, a utility pole that was cut in two. CPS Energy crews here now trying to repair that. Then beyond that, a parking lot that is just a mess. That's where the suspect's car crashed, rolling over and hitting several cars that were in the lot of this auto repair shop. Police just got their first look inside the suspect's car, which is on the back of that tow truck there, and they pulled out what looked like either a high-powered rifle or maybe even a machine gun. So that could explain how and why this all started. Let me give you a look at the video. Going back to about 2 o'clock this morning, Castle Hills police first noticed this car in their city. They say it ran a stop sign. They tried to stop the driver, but he kept going. And when he reached speeds of about 80 miles per hour on city streets, they called off their chase. A few minutes later, San Antonio police got the call about this crash. They say they found 2 men outside the car on the ground with injuries and in a pool of blood. One had a head injury, one had a leg injury. Both of them rushed to a hospital. Police say that this car crashed through that utility pole, shearing it right into the top, still dangling from the wires, and then that car rolled over onto those parked cars, and getting lodged between the cars and a chain link fence. And again, police just now getting a chance. We had to have a tow truck come in, move some of the parked cars so they could get to the suspect's car, and then remove it. And again, police just searched there, finding what looks like a high-powered weapon inside that car. They're still trying to sort it out, hoping to talk to those 2 men in the hospital and find out more about the reason that they ran in the first place. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Also new this morning, San Antonio police are investigating a deadly hit and run on the city's north side. Information is extremely limited, but here's what we know so far. Happened around 9 o'clock last night on 1604 near Blanco Road. A man was hit and killed by a vehicle, but so far there's no description of that vehicle or the identity of the man who was killed.
San Antonio police also tell us that 4 people were thrown from their vehicle in a separate crash overnight. This one happened just after 1 a.m. in the area of Loop 1604 and Braun Road. This is on the city's west side. Police tell us that 2 men and 2 women were taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police also say that the car ended up hitting a light pole. So far, there's no details on what caused this crash.
A South San Antonio ISD trustee is in hot water accused of disrupting a meeting and evading arrest. According to an arrest affidavit, Abel Martinez was taken into custody after police say he harassed the school board president while trying to go into an executive session earlier this week. The meeting was cut short, but Martinez was escorted out of the room and later arrested. Martinez is a school board trustee for District 5. Turning now to the Middle East and escalating tensions in the Israel-Hamas war.
President Biden says he supports a pause to allow for the release of Hamas-held hostages.
As ABC's Justin Finch reports, Israel and Hamas are expanding attacks as tensions increase across the region.
At a fundraising event in Minneapolis, a heckler confronting President Biden about the Israel-Hamas war.
Oh my God. Care about Jewish people. As a rabbi, I need you to call for a ceasefire right now.
The left-wing group Jewish Voice for Peace posting this video capturing part of the exchange on social media. The president responding, saying, "I think a pause is needed for what he says could give more time to get more than 200 civilian hostages taken by Hamas out of Gaza." In Gaza, for the second time in as many days, Israel launching airstrikes at the heavily populated Jabalia refugee camp. The Israeli military releasing video it says shows their troops making headway towards the Gaza City gates. But hundreds of Americans and their families are still trapped in Gaza. The president insisting the U.S. isn't giving up.
Working nonstop to get Americans out of Gaza as soon and as safely as possible.
Those Americans can't leave through the Rafah crossing unless their names are on a list approved by the Hamas-led Customs Department. The U.S. urging those Americans to check those lists daily. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
8 minutes past the hour, 45 degrees.
After the break, the Spurs are back in action tonight out in the desert for a rematch with the Phoenix Suns. What coach Greg Popovich told rookie Victor Wembanyama after his first NBA road win on Tuesday.
Outside with Lycam, another chilly start. Maybe not quite as cold as yesterday morning, but it's cold for sure. You're watching GMSA. We'll be right back.